Bay.
All right, Fusion fam, what's up?
Yo.
Hey.
We are at Bedrock City Comic Con in Houston, Texas. From Texas.
Right. From Texas.
Yeah, so we have a very special guest. This day is just keeps getting better and better.
I know, right?
Could you introduce yourself to the people?
Sure. My name is Adam Gibbs. I am an English voice actor for a lot of your popular, famous titles. I get a lot of love for Parasyte and Haikyu, and my shows currently, I've got Eminenceinshadow, Natsume's Book of Friends, My Hero Academia, Chainsawman. Those are my guys. Tomazaki. I got a handful of them out there, still living and breathing. So it's a good day. Yeah.
Man, thriving out here. That's good. That's good to hear.
Got to eat, baby.
Yes, sir.
And if y'all don't know who we are, I'm Chad.
And I'm Jeremy.
And together, this tag team, this podcast, this collective, we are Fusion High.
Let's go.
Adam, thank you so much for doing this for us, man. We really appreciate it, man.
Thank you, guys.
Man, in the words of Bob Ross, another happy accident or happy tree or whatever you like to say.
Accidents, life happens, bro.
Man, hey, accidents are cool, bro. It's fine.
Well, I mean, most of us,
Yeah, most of us are accidents. It's fine. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. We're little happy trees. They're accidents.
You're right.
So, Adam, just tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your childhood and kind of how, if it did, kind of led you into voice acting and what you do now.
Yeah.
Barbara Walters?
Yeah, no.
Well, actually.
I love it. No, that's a great question. Yeah. So I started out as a kid doing community theater.
Okay.
Yeah, and I still do a lot of theater. That's what I went to school for. That's my degree is actually musical theater. So yeah, I'm actually a Houston local myself. So so this whole convention and everything has been very convenient.
Yeah.
I didn't have to fly anywhere for it. But yeah, so I graduated from Sam Houston State. For a lot of you Houstonians are going to know it. But yeah, I did. It's been a little while since then. But yeah, so I kind of gravitated down to Houston, and between Houston and Dallas, as a lot of you guys know, that's where a lot of the market is for creating dubbing content. So yeah, it's not. I always grew up doing theater and knew I wanted to be an actor, and that was my goal in life, is to be a dad and to be an actor. And I'm blessed enough to get to do that. And I'm lucky enough that I just ended up in Houston and that it all kind of transpired, and now here we are. So yeah.
So how you go from Houston to Fort Worth, Dallas area? What's up with that?
Yeah, so again, man, I got really lucky. So Parasyte, the animated series, was dubbed here in Houston with Sentai Filmworks.
Oh, wow.
Right? So then Dallas, Crunchyroll, or formerly known as Funimation, they got the rights to the live action dub. Not everybody knows there's a live action version of Parasyte. And so they wanted to maintain as much of the cast as they could. So I got brought up for that. Had a really great experience recording that, and made a nice connection with the director, and he happened to have another show coming up that kind of led to the next show and the next show, and the blessing of getting to go up there and get your foot in the door or whatever is that you get to have the face time with these people, and not just as work associates, but find a bond, a friendship with the people that you work with. So I've been afforded that opportunity. I got to meet enough directors that have rolled into enough roles, and I'm very blessed. I'm very lucky.
So was Parasyte your first voice acting?
No, it wasn't my first. It was one of my first really big titles.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, one of my first was a series called Ungo, UN-GO.
Ungo, okay.
Which is funny because I have a story with Ungo. I was at a convention, my first convention actually, talking to my kind of liaison, my handler, and he asked the same question. What's your first show? And I'm like, it's this show. Nobody's ever heard of it. Nobody's ever heard of it. Literally 3 minutes later, a fan comes up and pulls out of her bag Ungo. And so I flipped to him and I'm like, the thing. Yeah. So that was one of my first. Tawano Kwan is another, like those all kind of happened at the same time, which is another kind of lesser known title.
Yeah.
But it got the ball rolling and got me to where I am. But my first kind of notable title, I would, if I'm remembering correctly, would be Grave of the Fireflies.
Oh, Grave of the Fireflies. So could you tell the people that haven't seen it? Because I've heard about it, but I haven't watched it.
Yeah,
so.
it's when it was still Siskel and Ebert, they called it one of the top 10 war films of all time. So for an animated picture to make it, to be up there with Saving Private Ryan and all the rest of them. I mean, I think that says a lot about the film. But originally a Studio Ghibli film, was made when I was like 2. So I was not the original voice actor, but it was remastered, redubbed in 2014, and myself and the incomparable Emily Neves got to pair up, and so that was my first kind of notable title that I'm so blessed to have been able to have and keep with me. But to answer your question, it's a very heavy story of the fallout of the bombing in Japan, and it's how a brother kind of takes the fatherly role of his little sister and does what he can to survive as long as they can, and kind of dealing with the fallout of the war. So it's a really important film. Just so beautiful. Everyone should see it once. But anything
it's one of those, man.
Beyond that, you could be a glutton for punishment.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely watch that. I watched another anime like that, Made in Abyss. There's another one that's like that. I did at Comic Palooza, I did a voice panel with the One Piece characters, and one of them was in the anime Made in Abyss. So I'm like, I'm gonna check it out and see. Man, I'm all
giving you all the feels.
I'm okay.
And actually, Grave of the I've worked on a lot of sad boy shows, but Grave of the Fireflies is the only one where I had to call cut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Really take a break and just say I need a minute because
Man, you put yourself into that.
I mean, it's like that's what I'm trained to do, is to be the character and all these things, and you do your best, and sometimes it just hits you the way you're not expecting it to.
Oh man, that is cool. So Parasyte. So me and my wife, I watch anime like I don't have a life. I watch a lot of anime.
That's all right. That's great.
But Parasyte. So could you just kind of tell us about that?
So Parasyte, Shinichi Izumi is a kind of, I guess you could call him a loner character, kind of low key, and the long and short of it is kind of has this creature Migi kind of inhabit his body and kind of become one with him, and as the series evolves, two of them kind of just continue to merge. But it's wild.
Oh my gosh!
If you're into the action and the blood and it's a very good show for this month coming up with Halloween coming up. It's top of the October viewing list for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm excited about. Oh man, you're gonna make me watch that again.
I appreciate you guys. Please follow me along at Adam N. Gibbs. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I'm on X. You can follow my website, iamadamgibbs.com. Check me out. Follow along.
Yeah, we just gave you a follow today.
Hey, all right. I'll take it.
All right. Well, man, Adam, thank you so much for doing this with us.
Hey, sorry it was super brief with the camera.
No, hey, all good.
All good.
Yeah, man, we don't want to take up too much of your time, man. You're out here making all the money in the world. We gotta let you get back to it.
Right.
Man, thank you so much again. I'm Chad.
I'm Jeremy.
And it's Fusion High, and we're out this thing.
Adam.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Yes, sir.